So we have a number of updates directly from Elon Musk and Tesla for today's show. First, Elon posted on X that he left Tesla's engineering offices in Palo Alto on Tuesday night. He felt mostly good and some bad. Then he said the future is going to be wild. There'll be so many robots. And in a reply to ARK Invest, Elon said that nothing scales larger than reality. Second, Tesla Charging and Hyundai announced that Hyundai's new 2025 Ioniq 5 XRT will be going NACS native. This means that the charging port will be exactly the same as what Tesla's vehicles have. Third, Elon announced that actual Smart Summon, the ability to have the car drive by itself in parking lots, is going to wide release next week. And it's also been confirmed that this feature is available in Hardware 3 cars, not just Hardware 4. We'll show you more videos of Smart Summon in action. So I've got Brian White joining us. Brian is a host of his own YouTube channel, FutureAza. Thank you, Brian.
Good morning, Herbert. There's so much news. How do you find it all? And how do you keep tricking me into coming to talk about it?
I'll trick you because I need you here. These are, you can explain a lot of things that I don't know and a lot of people don't know. This is one example is Elon's talking about the engineering offices in Palo Alto. He just left that. So one of the questions I'm going to ask you is, what do they do there? But what he said was just leaving Tesla engineering offices in Palo Alto. He was responding to somebody who was saying, hey, Elon, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And he said, mostly good, some bad. That's something's, mostly good. What he saw out of that engineering office. The future is going to be wild, though. There will be so many robots. First of all, tell me, what are they doing at these engineering offices?
So Palo Alto, when we saw the robot demo of the robot walking around in physical space, and you could see it doing training, it practicing with bins and with all kinds of real things, and walking around in front of some vehicles and whatnot. That's one where I said, wait, what building is this? And we tracked it to Palo Alto. So that's where they do the robot engineering. That's where they do the training, the testing in real life. And they also do some other things there. If you look at it on Google Earth, you'll see that there's sometimes semis parked there in the secured lot behind the fence. So they do all kinds of engineering. So what are they working on there? Robots. That is to me, that post is absolutely about robots and nothing else. It has got the, so what are they, is this a hint for 1010? I don't think so. I think it's more about the robots generally. Are we going to see robots on 1010? That's a better question. We might, anything's possible for that event. I think the sky's the limit on what we could see. And it may depend on how much progress is made between now and then.
Yeah. When I saw this statement, so thank you for explaining what happens at Tesla engineering offices. It sure looks like he's talking about the bots because he flips talking about it. But when he says there will be so many robots, when I read that, it doesn't mean to me that, my gosh, we're going to make, millions of Optimus. Because if he was saying that, he might have left the factory and going, can you believe how many humanoid bots we're going to create? He's talking about so many robots. He's at the engineering office. They're probably prototyped all sorts of different variations of the bot, right? It's like R2-D2s and maybe the mouse bot that he talked about, Star Wars.
It's possible. I don't know if they want to lose focus. Yeah. I mean, you can diversify, but I think until you've got the first one done, if you look at some of the other robots out there, and I know you do because I've seen your videos, there are some, wow, these guys are so far ahead of Tesla's robot, right? We don't know what Tesla's robot's up to. They've been intentionally keeping it out of the public view. And I assume that the giant leaps forward that we've seen in the past are still taking place. It hasn't stopped. It is not design locked. So it'll be interesting to see how what it actually looks like.
So he said mostly good, some bad, but then he talks about there are some more robots. And so I think that that's good news for the bot. All right. So we got Brett Winton from ARK Invest saying the size matters. So Facebook has 10 times the proprietary language data on database as was used to train the llama models. Okay. In images, they have 20 times more than that. Instagram, YouTube, though, have 2 times more than that in uploaded video than Facebook has. But yet Tesla's data capture ability dwarfs all of that, 20 times more again. So we shared this table. You can see that over on the right here is Tesla's 2024 annual driving data is 20 times more than all these other videos that other companies have, and size matters. Elon said nothing scales larger than reality.
Well, what you're looking at is Facebook is trained on everything, including junk, including bots.
Yeah.
And that's also true to an extent with things like YouTube. There is a lot of bot activity there. But when it comes to driving data, the thing is, it is a very specific type of data, and they've got essentially an infinite amount of it. No one can argue it is anything other than enough. It is very specific to its use case, and unlike all of those other things that we just mentioned, it is inarguably real. None of it is fake data. There are no bots out there generating fake driving data. It doesn't make sense. So, if I had the perfect algorithm for self-driving today and all I needed was training data, it would cost me billions to get it, and I still couldn't get it. So there's a lead there that cannot be understated.
Yeah. And then with Elon saying nothing scales larger than reality, the difference is Tesla is getting video cameras of reality. Everyone else is kind of, video. I mean, obviously some of it is reality, but this is directly. And then he's also just imagine what happens when the bot gets out there and it's able to capture actual reality in homes and offices and everywhere the humans can walk into. So that's the difference. Huge number of trillions of tokens, and they need the data centers, but they also need the data. That's the difference too. So who has both of those? So that's very interesting. Elon said this. So I wanted to show this bit too about FSD, and we'll show later some videos of Smart Summon that Elon has now said is going wide next week. We'll talk about that, but before that, I wanted to share this article by Phil Bissell. Fantastic article he wrote explaining what is FSD. So if you want to check this out, go to on X at PBEISEL and take a look at this article. It's a really nice, well-written article talking about explaining how full self-driving works, the data, the technology, the compute, and all that. But Jeff Lutz kindly took some of the most important paragraphs that he thought was good. And he said this: Tesla's mode is widening in two areas, data and data processing. Tesla adds 5,000 data providers to its network every day. Those are the 5,000 Tesla vehicles that are brand new every day. Every vehicle is capable of sending video clips from its 8 cameras. And while operating in FSD shadow mode, so you don't even need to have FSD, this is likely happening. So every vehicle can submit video clips. To process this data to train new versions, Tesla's building massive data centers and compute platforms. Of course, we already know that for Tesla, they have Tesla's Giga Texas called Cortex, the largest supercomputer in the world in Austin, but they also have the Dojo supercomputer in Buffalo, New York. That's not talking about Colossus, the new supercompute that they just launched in Memphis for XAI, which is going to do Grok, which is important for the cars and the bot. Cortex is based on NVIDIA's H100, H200 GPUs, plans for around 100,000 units. The power requirements for Cortex range from 80 to 100 megawatts. That's roughly the power required for 80,000 homes. This is just giving you a sense of how big this is. Huge.
So the first thing I'll say on that is Jeff's number about 80 to 100 megawatts being 80,000 homes is pretty much spot on. And that is eye-opening.
It's not Jeff's number. That's actually from Phil's article.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Keep going.
The number is about spot on. My city, no, guys, we're just using round numbers here. And that is absolutely true. I don't know what XAI's role in Tesla autonomy is or will be, and I don't think we've seen it laid out clearly. But the fact that we've got 3 massive data centers, or at least 2 massive data centers, is remarkable. Those 5,000 new cars added every day are critical, not because we need all those miles, but because we need some very specific miles that are unlikely to happen, perhaps even in the entire course of my life on the road. I'm not going to see that edge case. I'll see 5 or 10 weird edge cases per lifetime, and we need thousands of them, millions of them for AI to train on. It is first about the quantity of data, but second about the quality of data. And the more data you have, the more needles you can find in the haystack. And if I could purchase 5,000 miles of training data, what good does it do if all 5,000 are on empty highways on clear days? You know, the Mercedes-Benz plan, while driving slow. So this is critical, and all that compute is what's needed to find the needles.
Okay, thank you for that. So let's move on. We're going to talk about, before we get back to FSD, talking about these and showing some videos of Smart Summon, which is just mind-blowing in a Costco parking lot. So Tesla Charging and Hyundai, they both came out and announced that Hyundai's one of the first to come out with a NACS native supercharger port. So now you can just use this new car that they're building. They just went straight ahead, and just like a Tesla vehicle, you have the same charging port. You can use any Tesla superchargers, plug it into it. And many of these automakers who've partnered with Tesla saying they're going to adopt the NACS standard, they still have an adapter to their own kind of charging, but these guys are going straight to native. Hyundai USA announced that they've got this all-new 2025 Ioniq 5 XRT. Electric meets adventure, rugged styling, higher ground clearance, all-terrain tires take you further off-road. Starting this fall, all of our 2025 Ioniq 5s will come with a Tesla NACS port, unlocking 17,000 superchargers across North America. This is the Ioniq 5 coming this fall. So this is like now. Here's what the new Hyundai's Ioniq 5 native port looks like at a V4 supercharger version 4 supercharger. So let me go and play that. Looks gorgeous. Looks just like a Tesla. It's on the other port on the other side though, doesn't it? It's on the other side.
It is on the other side. Well, the new chargers have slightly longer handles, which is what you need if you're going to be servicing a diverse fleet of vehicles, but also if you've got a Cybertruck, because that handle is really short for a Cybertruck. You got to really back up in there, leaving little margin for error when you're backing up. So you can argue this is good or bad. I'm going to say it's good. The Tesla mission is to accelerate the transition to a sustainable energy economy, and this is how you do it. People hate all the mess of different apps and accounts you need to charge on all the different networks. But with Tesla, you pull up, you plug in, and you're done. That's it. So while you could say, well, this is bad for me as a Tesla owner because it could mean more congestion at superchargers. This is bad for me as a Tesla shareholder because I want Tesla to have this impassable moat. We invested in this company knowing that their mission is to get everyone into EVs, and this is how you do it with a better charging experience, one that just plain works, one that costs less than the competition, one that isn't critical as a profit center to keep the company alive. So this is exciting, and I think Hyundai is going to have an advantage among people who know the difference. And if you are looking at an EV in 2025 and someone says, I'm thinking about getting one, what are my options? You're going to have a lot of people who say, if you can't use the supercharger network, don't even bother. So this is an advantage.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage, and it's also so easy, right? And so now they launch the car, it can just use Tesla supercharger, and that's where the world's going to go. You know this. So for US models, Hyundai's adding native Tesla supercharger support with built-in NACS plug, gaining access to 17,000 Tesla superchargers in North America, which means also that Tesla will need to, or Hyundai will need to have an app that has integrated in it a lot of the supercharger and Tesla, information. So this new car that they're launching is up to 8% bigger batteries, up to 7% more range, new bumpers, spoiler, aerodynamically efficient wheels, new matte colors, climate control, USB ports, Apple AirPlay, Android Auto. Why not just go all Tesla, right? That's going to happen soon. That's going to happen. You know it. Upgraded 2025 models arrive at Hyundai dealerships this fall. This is what the car looks like. Still lots of buttons. See what I mean?
Yeah. Think of it as a transitional kind of product. It does have a more modern feel than a lot of cars. It does have a big screen, but it's a lot of buttons.
It's a lot of buttons. So, yeah, so that's great. Next story here. Tesla actually Smart Summon is going to wide release next week. So they just released it to hardware for cars this week, just yesterday. Apparently 1,000 cars have this now, and we're starting to see the videos coming out. There's news also that FSD is now being rolled out to hardware 3 cars. So there's going to be a convergence of both hardware 3, hardware 4 being able to do this feature. So that's rolled out. It's rolling out now. So let's take a look at some videos, because yesterday I did a video and showed, actual Smart Summon, but it was, when it was just released. So these AI driver, they was only able to do it at nighttime in a very dark place, but it was still very impressive. So let's take a look what it looks like in actual Costco environment. So he's not in the car. He's summoning it to come to where he's standing.
And really, the Costco parking lot is a good test of how congested and crazy things can get, because already another car is coming.
Yeah.
And another Tesla there on the side.
And there's a person there. There's another car. How does he know who's right away? Oh, see? Isn't that great? He goes, it's my turn, which is right? The other guy was going, I'm going to go. I wonder if he saw there's nobody in the car. Okay, this guy's bumper sticking out. There's the shopping carts. It knows to wait. It knows to wait until this car, it knew to wait until there's more space, and he goes, hey, dude, it's my turn.
Yeah, I'm going to push.
The shopping carts were sticking out, you see? Yeah.
Very human behavior, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a guy walking there. Or is it him?
Well,
I wasn't.
It's not a child-sized mannequin, so who can tell?
Look at that. The car knew to back out is because this guy was waiting for his spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, there's people there standing by with a cart, and it went around the cart. Dude, if it can do this is just too amazing.
And when I saw this video yesterday, it already had millions of views, because this is what we've been waiting for. I think
that's
it is.
Him. Yeah,
it's got to be.
That's AI
or his
driver.
car's about to be stolen, and we can see it on camera. Both are exciting possibilities.
It was stolen. The car was just stolen, dude. That's AI driver. You go check him out on both YouTube and on X. AIDRIVR. We love him. He's got lots of great videos. But boy, the car moves a lot faster. So basically, you have this ability now to summon the car to come to you. And you can either tell it to go to a specific location, because you can see the map and you can say, I want you to go here. Or you press the button and it comes to wherever you are based on the GPS locations. It knows the entire parking lot somehow. It's got the satellite maps. And when you press the button, you can actually see all the 4 cameras come on. So you can see all angles of, the car, what it sees, all the videos. And then as you're pressing it, you can actually watch the car driving. If it's reversing, you see the reverse camera. If it's forwarding, you can see the front camera. And so you yourself are pressing the button. You can actually see somebody's there. You can stop it if you want to, if you think somebody's coming up. So you're still responsible. Now, in a new version, they're apparently making it that you just press the button once. You don't have to keep pressing it. But right now, they're making you keep pressing it. It's moving much faster than the previous Smart Summon, so it's looking good. Let's watch another one here. This is Tech Geek Tesla.
So I had a chance to meet him and talk with him in Michigan. He is one of the original safety score guys. He had a score of 100. He got the early access, and he's never lost that access. So he's still able to get versions ahead of other people and make videos like these. Yeah, it is a lot faster. And if the compromise is I have to hold the button, I think that's very reasonable for a first re-release.
And you're watching it too, so you can see the front video camera. Is that great? It's moving just as fast as I would in a parking lot. I don't want to be moving that much faster. but it's not too slow. It's not that jerky. I don't know what to do. It's pretty confident.
I've seen a lot of people complain that it's much, much too slow in the parking lots. And which I say, you guys need to slow down.
Yeah.
I've already been in parking lots with you people. That's enough for me. This is, now, have you ever had Smart Summon on a vehicle? Because I have not.
Well, the old Smart Summon, I played with it. Yeah. It was there. Okay, this is it. Okay, this is it. All these people, these guys are waiting. The car, whose turn is it? Well, he should theoretically let the people walk, but these guys are going, they're not moving, so okay, I'm going to go. Okay, they're moving now. Car slows down. See, with extra precaution. But that, come on, man. You guys were very careful yourself.
If I was driving,
right,
I probably would have gone around them. If my kids were driving, I would have said, no, just sit if you have to, because let's not do anything risky.
Well, it looked like that they were waiting, like going, hey, you go ahead. So then the car is picking him up.
Now his car's being stolen. Oh, never mind. I misunderstood.
But what he said was the car, he's on the left, right? It's like you would be in front of the store, but the car knew to park here on this side and you come to me kind of thing. That's
right. It didn't go into oncoming and park on the sidewalk. Yeah,
right. That's what I would do, right? So Zach and Omar tested Smart Summon. They wanted to compare hardware 3 versus hardware 4 in a parking lot. And it turned out they perform exactly the same. Super impressed. Quick decision making, good behavior around pedestrians, great work. So these guys have proven that it's the same. Either car seemed to behave like, speed wise, being able to just feeling like it's moving comfortably and making decisions the same way. Because a lot of people are like going, there's no way hardware 3, which is smaller, compute able to, do it. But they said that they compiled it and they were able to make it work.
Well, yeah, and it's looking very good. And to people saying this is too slow, I disagree. If you could uncork it, how much faster would you actually want it to go? 1 more mile an hour? Yeah. Because I don't think it's a parking lot.
Yep.
Children dart out from between cars.
Isn't that great? Look at that. I mean, that pedestrian is walking. You don't know what to do. So that's how it behaved. And then this is the, I don't know which one's which, by the way. So I don't know which one's hardware 3, hardware 4. I'm assuming this is hardware 4.
They look the same, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, right. If they're performing the exact same. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is a massive big deal. I think this is so critical that this happened. And this is actual driverless cars by Tesla without a supervisor sitting in the car. It's in parking lots, but these parking lots are pretty big. It's a great first step.
But also very tight.
Yeah.
Getting 2 cars to pass in that alley there would be not impossible, but uncomfortable.
12.5.2. This is weird, okay? Because they had 12.5.3 rollout, and now they're going, what? Why is 12.5.2 rolling out? Tesla Scope explained, why did Tesla release 12.5.2 when 12.5.3 just came out last night? So they think that 12.5.3 has the code for actual Smart Summon, and that Elon has said it's going to be deployed next week. So in the meantime, 12.5.2 should be released now to help move some vehicles off the older iterations of 12.5. That's what they think is happening.
And I think what 12.5.2 is. Last night, I got a very exciting update. I got a notification on my phone. You have a software update pending. And I was like, oh, baby, here we go. So without looking, I just hit install. It installed. I'm like, let's do this. And no for Brian. It's a no. I got 12.5.2. So the whole point of that update is to dash hopes, is to build up expectations and just devastate me and leave me sad for a day. And it does leave me sad. I will tell you, because how am I supposed to? It's a chicken and egg problem, man. People, you got to make more FSD videos. Oh, I make them. Ain't nobody watching them. It's like, why don't I offer some coverage of last year's Super Bowl? It's a little out of date. No one cares.
Right. And then, when you're saying chicken and egg is because people who are able to get the latest version, then they can do videos. But then the people who make the videos are the ones who get the latest version. So what do you do? So that's okay.
Yeah. Well, for you, no, it's devastating, but all right.
All right. That's not okay for you. So, actual Smart Summon is coming next week, and it's a big deal. So it's looking really good.
Yeah. I'm
Apparently
excited.
The car knows if you're in a parking lot, and it won't drive into public roads. And so if you try to trick it and do that, it knows to stop.
So what I said in response to the post, where the one at night that AI driver did, where it correctly used a roundabout to get to him, what I said is the gaps remaining in a level 4, level 5 system are closing. We're watching them close. Well, it can't reverse. Well, it can. I mean, we just watch it do it. Yeah, it can't navigate to the pickup and drop off points. Well, I mean, I just watched it. It can. So those gaps are closing. What's left? Emergency vehicles and reading signs. Those are two big ones that we need. But the number of things that are missing is dropping quickly.
It's dropping quickly. And this was the big one. So a lot of people say, oh, Tesla is not able to, with full self-driving, it doesn't drop you off at the right location that you wanted to drop off, just like an Uber driver would. And so that they call that the last, not even the last mile, right? It's that last bit. And here in this actual Smart Summon, you could press a location in the map. And so it either goes where you're standing, and like it can get within 5 to 10 feet of you standing, like you saw there, or you can actually say, pick me up here. So if you're in an Uber, like an Uber driver, you normally would tell the person, and they can see your GPS also. But here, this is it. I don't want you to drive into my driveway. I want you to pick me up in front of the mailbox, in front of my street, right in front of here. Press a button or press a spot, and that's where it'll go. It's not going to be that hard. Okay, so thank you very much. That is big deals. A lot of comments directly from Tesla, directly from Elon Musk today. Appreciate your feedback there, Brian.
Of course.
Follow him on his YouTube channel, FutureAza. See you soon. Bye. Bye-bye. I've created a website that is the most comprehensive resource for the Tesla investor. Please check it out. Simply go to my website at herbertong.com.